I'm ready to do this. You know, it's always a little nerve-wracking to have to stand in front of people and just kind of talk off of the top of your head. But I think that we have a really great story that we want to tell at Energy Star, and I think people will be interested in it. When I think back to childhood, it occurs to me that my first environmental lesson actually came from my father, even though he had no idea that that's what he was doing. He used to always run behind us kids, telling us to turn off the lights and shut off the TV. And for him, it was purely economics. He wanted to lower the electricity bill. But all these years later, working at Energy Star, I know that it's also an environmental message about saving energy and protecting our environment from climate change. And that's what I do as a member of the Energy Star team. You know, we communicate every day to the public about saving energy and about how it's not just about the products you buy and looking for that little blue label, but it's also the simple things that you can do at home to save energy. And one of the best ways I've seen us do this in recent times is through our Energy Star Change the World tour. We invite our partners, we have partners across the country, and they host community service events that are focused on saving energy, teaching Americans about saving energy. And these events, there's a wide range from upgrades to veteran housing facilities to make them more energy efficient to great projects at Boys and Girls Clubs across the country. And one of the events that I actually got to go to was an event at a Boys and Girls Club. Our partner Samsung picked this club in Atlantic City, New Jersey, because a few years ago it had been damaged due to Hurricane Sandy. And these kids had spent the whole year learning about energy efficiency and Energy Star. And so Samsung came in and awarded the club with this great energy efficient makeover. So everything from a new refrigerator, a clothes washer, TVs, computers. The club was totally made over to be more energy efficient, which, you know, is great for the kids because the club can then funnel that saved money back into the club and for programs for the kids. So to celebrate what Samsung did, they had this great community day, open house, and all the parents got to come in and see what the kids had been learning about and teaching the parents too about saving energy. It was awesome. And for me, the highlight of the day, well, it was the Energy Star booth. We have this great hand crank, right? And it's attached to two light bulbs, an old incandescent bulb and a new Energy Star LED bulb. And so the kids got to come up and crank this thing to see how much energy it takes to turn on the incandescent bulb versus the LED bulb. The kids almost tore down the entire display. They were using so much energy. It was great because I think it really sunk into them that, oh, wow, it takes a lot of energy to run one of those old light bulbs. And then they get to tell their parents the next time they go to the store, don't buy that light bulb. Let's get this light bulb with the Energy Star label. You know, projects like that one, I think, really accomplish our goal of teaching people about saving energy and how anyone, no matter your economics, no matter your age, anyone can save energy. And I know as a new mom, one day I too will be running around telling my daughter Mackenzie, turn off the lights, turn off the TV. But it won't just be about an economic message. It'll also be teaching her that she too can help save the planet. She can save energy. And I'm really excited that the next generation gets that message from us.
Give us an idea of how it went.
You know, I was really nervous, and I still am like all the way up here instead of down to my normal level, but I think it went well. It's great to be able to tell people about what we do. One thing I've noticed at EPA, there's so many of us that sometimes you don't know what the office right next to you does. So I think this is a great way for us to spread the word.